That's right everybody, we've got a new banned Pokémon. This time it isn't competitive tournaments or the global trading station, but instead the new source of headaches, Pokémon Home. Yes, that's right, Spinda is not allowed in Pokémon Home, at least if it was caught in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. With the recent addition of Pokémon Home compatibility to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, some of the messes in the game's code are being brought to light. Back in January of this year, Twitter user @Atrius97 uncovered that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl seem to mess up how Spinda appears in-game. I'll have the thread linked in the description. You can find Spinda in BDSP, but the issue would hypothetically occur when you transfer in a Spinda from a previous generation, causing the spot pattern to be inverted. I don't mean to continue dogging on these games, but how do you mess up a Pokemon that's been around for 20 years? Taking a look back at Spinda, it's a pretty neat little Pokemon with an extremely unique gimmick. Just about every Spinda will have a unique spot pattern. This pattern is based on Spinda's personality value, which is a number generated when a Pokemon is encountered, because this is an RPG with random encounters. This determines various attributes about the Pokemon, but in Spinda's case, it will move around a few dots across its face and print that on the final Pokemon. Because of this, there are over 4,294,967,296 different possible combinations. That's a lot of Spinda. This sounds complicated, but really because it's a small visual difference determined by a number given to every Pokemon, it's been able to stick around for as long as it has, even being developed on the Game Boy Advance. Until Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl got it wrong, having a bug that causes old Spinda to have their spots inverted, which is a pretty big deal. Because every Spinda is roughly 1 in 4 billion, they're very unique. Imagine if you had a Spinda you caught in the original Ruby and Sapphire. Maybe you were even lucky and caught a shiny. You've known this Spinda for years and recognize its unique pattern, and then you transfer it into the Sinnoh remakes only for it to be bald. And so, rather than attempting to fix this bug before Pokemon Home connectivity was added, Spinda is now simply blocked when it comes to transferring between Pokemon Home and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. This just means that you can't move a Spinda from Home into Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl and vice versa. You can still transfer old Spindas into Pokemon Home, and any Spinda you catch in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is going to be stuck there. But this creates an interesting dilemma. Do you permanently restrict any Spinda from leaving Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? And even the idea of attempting to reverse this change would reset the patterns of these Spinda caught in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Or moving forward, do you differentiate Game Freak Spinda from Ilka Spinda in order for both of them to coexist in Generation 9, 10, and the future? Although that would just create extra work in the future, and would just require Generation 8 Spinda to always be accounted for in future games. So aside from that option, the only other option would be to restrict Spinda from ever leaving Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, or to have their spots reversed when they leave Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl to be the way that they're supposed to be. And that would result in all of these Spindas having their spot pattern changed. So things aren't really the worst, it's just that these specific Spinda are going to be locked in this game. And things should be all good as long as the Spinda you care about was caught in a Game Freak developed game. Nincada is also one of the Pokemon that has a restriction placed on it. Nincada cannot be transferred between Home and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. The reason for this is actually pretty funny, because during the first version of these games there was a glitch that allowed you to clone Pokemon with the use of the daycare. Don't ask me how I know this, and don't ask me why I have so many Master Balls. Because of this, newer updates have added an algorithm to crack down on cloned Pokemon, especially when they're being brought into Pokemon Home. But if you remember that video I made about Shedinja, Nincada's evolution, it is technically a clone. When you evolve Nincada into Ninjask, it sheds its old shell, which then gets possessed and becomes its own Pokemon, Shedinja. It's a cool evolution method with a neat story reason behind it. But Shedinja doesn't technically evolve from Nincada. It just appears and has the exact same information as the Ninjask aside from typing and abilities. So it is, for all intents and purposes, a clone. You're still able to obtain Nincada and its evolutions inside the Sinnoh remakes. They just can't be placed into Pokemon Home because it's easier than having it potentially flagged as an illegitimate clone, when it is in fact legitimate. So realistically, this isn't so much of a case of Pokemon being banned from Pokemon Home. This is more so a quarantine of Pokemon that interact with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl in weird ways. It's not as bad as it could have been, but it's still an unfortunate outcome, but very interesting to watch as it all unfolds. Nincada is at least in Sword and Shield, which was developed by Game Freak, but Generation 8 Spinda, which were developed by Ilka, will seemingly only ever exist in BDSP. So I guess the lesson at the end of the day is if you want to shiny hunt any of these Pokemon, don't do it in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And all of this is so fascinating and really just makes me appreciate Spinda even more so, especially with how it was originally in Ruby and Sapphire. A relatively unremarkable Pokemon with an extremely unique gimmick that I'm surprised hasn't been tried out in other Pokemon, but I guess now we see the reason why. And so that was the story, which is currently still ongoing, of Spinda. Thank you to all my channel members who make videos like this possible, especially Justin R, Mr. Pig Puncher, and Quago. If you want to support and have your name shouted out here, you can become a channel member as well, and get access to some cool emotes for comments and live streams that I'm very proud of. You can also follow me on Twitter for more memes. But anyway, this has been Gatorax, and I'll catch you later.
How many eggs can I make you this morning? You want 2 eggs? 1 or 2 eggs? 1 egg. 1, 2, 2 eggs?
Can't stop thinking about Pokémon? Pokemon Advanced Battle. Season premiere Saturday, September 17th on Kids WB.
I just need an answer.
There's a heart-shaped mark on its forehead. It's so cute.